What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm at UMaCon getting some steps in. I might go outside, man, because I don't know. It's a bit stuffy in here. They don't have the AC going like they should. I know it was cool out today, but you got to take into account you're gonna have a big building with wonderful insulated windows such as this. You know, you gotta have that AC going, even if you don't have it like on full blast. You gotta have that AC going. Shout out to you guys, my subscribers. Hey, it's a bunch of people behind me outside. I don't know if you guys could tell. They all dressed up. There's a lot of people here dressed up. I'm not. I'm just a bro with a hoodie on, man. But yeah, you guys, my subscribers, I appreciate y'all along with me for the ride to 5,000. Let's get into this, man, because I've been seeing this a bit lately, and it's about men dating younger women, or should men date younger women? And my answer to that is absolutely. I think that if you're a man that's been, chasing excellence, you've been putting in the grind hours, doing what you need to do to become successful, and you're now ready to, take on a wife, you want kids, you want a family, you absolutely should date a younger woman. There's no reason not to. Honestly, the only people that I ever see shaming men for dating younger women, I think I might go outside back here. But the only time I see women shaming men for dating younger women, it's usually women who are post-wall and they completely have blown their opportunities to date better. Heading outside now. Dude got the Otani jersey on, probably because they just won. But across from me is the Riverwalk. You see the People Mover rail up there, but they say the People Mover is on pause. I was out here about a week ago, and they were doing some work on the track. So I'm imagining that's still a thing. They're doing some work on it. But okay, let's get into this a bit more. I see only women that are post-wall who blew their opportunities to land the type of guys that they want, shaming men now for dating younger women. Because more often than not, when they were a younger woman, they had no problem dating older guys. They were all for dating older guys. They preferred older guys. They preferred a man that had money and was more established and had his life together. So that same guy exists. The game doesn't change a whole lot, just the players do. So that type of man who held out, got himself together, and just played his cards right to put himself in a position to where, he has a ton of options. They're always going to exist. So they're typically going to pick younger because there's no downside to it. You have the younger woman is simply going to be friendlier. The younger woman, in most cases, hasn't let herself go yet physically, so still very attractive. The younger woman is less disagreeable. The younger woman isn't bitter yet because she hasn't been through a ton of bad breakups. These women that are older and post-wall, they're really only upset at it because they don't have that option anymore. If you're a woman that's 40 and you still had guys that were older than you, that were wealthy, still checking for you, you would have no problem with dating older. I seen this one chick, she was talking about, basically if you're a guy and you're dating a woman that's more than 3 years younger than you, you're a predator essentially. I mean, who are you to get to set the rules on someone else's dating life? Do you, honey? You don't get to tell somebody else how they should move, because when you was out there on the market, you did what you wanted to do regardless of who said what about it, and you couldn't have cared less. So trying to tell somebody else how they should move, put rules and parameters on somebody else's dating life when you don't even have your own thing together, because these are always single women. Listen, nobody got more relationship opinions than a bitter single woman who is post-wall with baby daddies, okay? They got children in tow. They have made every bad decision to wreck their options, And look, when you 30, even if you look good for 30, you're still 30. So you gotta move a certain way. All that angry woman stuff, all that bitter woman stuff, it does nothing to increase your options. And trying to shame men for having more options than you is not going to work. And I think that's really, truly where the source of a lot of the disdain comes from. Women early on have all the options. They have way more options than we do. A woman who is 18 has far more options, 10 times as many options as a dude who's 18, because he's not seen as being mature. He's broke, so he has no resources. He really don't have a whole lot going for himself. He's still trying to figure out his way. So the woman, she doesn't have to do anything. She just has to be cute, just has to be fit. She really ain't even got to be friendly at that point, because an 18-year-old who's very attractive can kind of get away with having a bad attitude, and dudes are still going to be checking for her because she's young and she's pretty and she's fertile. But you have that window where you got to use it to lock down the type of guy that you want. And if you don't use it, you're going to continue to age. That playing the party, playing the field, I ain't going to settle down, I ain't going to be with no man, that's going to get you the worst possible result every single time. And so they play this game incorrectly, mind you, because now in current society, it tries so hard to encourage women to play the game like men, and you can't. At 25, when you're a male and female, there's starting to be a shift. The woman still edges him out in terms of advantage, but it's not by much. At 30, the man has the advantage, the woman does not. 35, the man has the advantage, the woman does not. And 40, 45, 50, the man continues to have the advantage furthermore, and the advantage that he has continues to get wider. So, if you're dealing with a woman that's younger, and this may sound crude, she's, taking less back shots from dudes. She's sucked less cocks. She's been through less bad breakups. I mean, these are all things that affect women and create baggage that they're going to bring into the next relationship. And if you just deal with a woman that's younger, you're not going to have to deal with that. If you're a guy that's 40, I'm sorry. If you have the option of dating a 25-year-old, why wouldn't you? If you're a dude that's 40, you done spent the last 20 years of your life chasing excellence. You've got a ton of money and resources. You've got stocks. You've got a great home. Like, you got everything going for yourself because you put in the work. While they were out partying, having a good time, you were putting in the grind work. You missed out on all those fun times. You didn't go traveling to Tulum. You didn't go to Miami. You didn't do the spring break and all that stuff. You stayed the course, stayed focused. So now at age 40, you have all the options in the world, and some chick who had the world at her feet and managed to fumble that is going to try to tell you that what you're doing is wrong. She did what she believed in the moment was best for her. She didn't think that settling down was best for her. And now that she done messed up her opportunities, now she's going to try to shame you into taking something less than what you qualify for. If you're talking about taking some woman that's 3 to 5 years older than you, that got multiple kids by multiple men, these women would not have any of this venom for you. It's because you're a man that's in the position of power, and they know it. They don't qualify for you anymore. That's why they're so angry. As long as they qualified for these dudes, they were totally happy with the dynamic. They were fine with it. It being shifted this way, they were totally fine with it because they were benefiting from it. But now they don't. They're out in the cold because the older men that have resources don't want them, because they're usually ran through. They usually have multiple kids, so they got stretched out, pre-owned vagina. And they have just really wrecked any chances of them landing the type of guy that they really want. That's where it's coming from. Because when they were able to play the game They played it. I say this again. When they were able to play the game, they played it. And they'd still be playing the game if they could, but they can't because they aged out. I swear, I see more bitter, aged out women than anything else. It's always, pay attention. Like after I tell you this, just start to pay attention if you haven't been before. When you see these women that are on social media that have such hostility towards men who have the option to date whatever woman that they want, and they know that those men are going to choose a younger woman than them with no kids, look at those women. They're usually overweight, very masculine acting, multiple kids, welfare recipients, EBT card on standby, ain't got nothing in their purse but tampons and a bridge card. Like, these are the sorts of women that have all this hostility. They are, for all intents and purposes, losers. They're losers. And we don't really hear the word loser be used with women a lot. It's usually associated to men, but that's what these women are. They're absolute losers. When you were in a position where you had the world at your feet and you fumbled that, and you're now post-wall, 5-10 years post-wall, and you got nothing to show for those years except kids by multiple dudes that didn't even want you, you couldn't even retain Pookies and Ray Rays. You're a loser. And that's why you're so angry that guys that's out here winning are able to choose better women than you. You don't qualify anymore, and it's killing you. So I'm gonna leave it there, y'all. Somebody needed to hear that message, and that's why I came out here to give it to y'all. I'm gonna continue to step around UMACon. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.